What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Guys, if you are new here, let me kind of explain what we got going on. So back 4 months ago in March, me and my good buddy Alex drove up to Detroit, Michigan to pick up this 2006 Chrysler 300 SRT8 that I found on Facebook Marketplace. And although it had lower mileage for the year, as well as basically no rust on it, there was some things we kind of needed to do, fix, and tweak with this car to kind of, bring it up to our standards a little bit. The paint on it was absolutely shot with faded and swirls. The tires were dry rotted, the wheels curb rashed, fog lights were messed up, and I was showing you guys and kind of keeping you guys updated along the way with this thing. But today is a huge day because I'm gonna show you in this video how we basically took this car from this all the way to this. So if you want to see kind of like the finished product, at least for now, the finished product, stick around to the end of the video because we'll do the reveal at the end, and let's get moving here. So we are currently loading up the old tires with the wheels on there, as well as these new Michelins that I picked up, these Pilot Sport 4S's, because we got to get these new tires on. And speaking of the wheels, just so you can see, good old-fashioned curb rash. You can kind of see the dry rot right there. And man, that dry rot, dude. More curb rash. You can even see dry rot kind of right here. So yeah, probably shouldn't have been driving on these, especially all the way home from Detroit, but we're getting it fixed now. So let's do it. Look at that. Look at all that. That's no good, man. No good. Well, here we are, all loaded up. This car literally smells like the inside of a Pep Boys right now. That tire smell is something that, like, the new tire smell is like something that at first it's like, oh, that smells good, and then like after a while it just like, nah, now I got a headache. All right, here we are, CPC. Alrighty, so wheels are all dropped off. They said that they should be done within a day, within 24 hours. So today is Tuesday. Tomorrow morning we will wake up, hopefully have a call from them. We will shoot back over here to pick up the wheels, and we will go to Al's shop to throw them on and kind of see where we're at with this 300. So I will see you guys in the morning. All right, so it is currently a very rainy Wednesday afternoon, but we got good news. We are on our way to go pick up these finished wheels. So let's go grab these things, new wheels, new tires, see how they turned out. I'm really curious. And then we will head over to the shop to get them thrown on and show you guys the finished product of this 300 SRT8. All right, so as you can see, they're all loaded up. I didn't want to get a video out here. It's pouring rain on me, and I'm trying to load these things into the car. So we will be to the shop soon, and I'll really be able to put these things under the light and show you guys kind of how they turned out. So we're at the shop. I got my boy Al. Look at those. Look at them now. You guys can see in the light.
Front and back.
Gloss black. We had to switch it up, man. I know you guys saw how the original ones looked, but I figured if I was getting them fixed, the curb rash, we might as well black them out. So we got new tires, new wheels, and we got the 300. He's got plastic on it, and we're actually going to be running like a staggered setup. The rears are going to be 275s, and the front 245s. Little sneak peek for you guys. Also did the red calipers, Brembo decals on there, but the real treat is when we take this plastic off, guys. He completely paint corrected this whole car to get it looking new. So we are going to get around to that in a second. I'm just giving you guys some little sneak peeks, and as you can see, a new grill on there. So let me take these out the car and we will go from there. Here we are, the Michelins. Yeah, so that's the 245s. If you look, there's a 275s, a little bit bigger. Yeah.
Started to let the oil get warmed up.
Little shot for you guys. Look at that paint, man. Got that sparkle in it, that flake in it now. Yeah. So before we go ahead and mount these wheels and drop this baby down, since we already got it on the lift, we are gonna do a nice little oil change with it, just because I got it here and like I said, already on the lift. So we'll hit the oil change after this baby warms up to operating temperature for a minute, and then we'll put these tires on, put these wheels on, drop it down, and we'll kind of do a walk around and talk about everything that we got going on. But just so you guys could see this grill a little bit more, another little sneak peek for you. Yeah,
There it is.
front end looking mean. And a little sneak peek, that little oil catch can going on. But we're gonna get into everything. I'm gonna talk about everything once we kind of get her down. But yeah, man, she is she's transforming this baby. And speaking of SRT8s, you got Al's right here. He's got the Jeep. You guys have seen this before on the channel. He just recently had a lot of stuff done to this too. Bam. SRT.
Yes, sir.
So we got a little stream of oil coming. Al said it don't look too bad. We'll throw in the fresh oil.
Hey, at least he's got oil in there. A lot of these Mopar guys, you know,
Yeah.
been checking or changing that oil.
So Al, obviously, he gets everything from Toyota Corollas to Rolls Royces and everything in between detailing cars. And man, the amount of times he has had people, man, they save up all their money, they buy a Scat Pack or a Hellcat or whatever they get, and it's like the only thing they're concerned about once they get the car is literally just gas. That's it. They neglect everything else. And I'm not saying you got to be the person out here doing transmission flushes and coolant. I know, you know, brake fluid. I know people kind of, they don't stay up on that stuff as much as we probably should. But oil changes, man, it is the one thing, dude, that you need to do just to make sure that your engine is running the way it should. And the amount of cars that he gets alone where it gets sludged up and they have to like damn near, I mean, the car gets shot because they just didn't do something as simple as change the oil. So that's my little message, my little rant. Change your oil, guys. Doesn't cost you that much.
Put the proper oil filter in there. A lot of times I see cars come in here and they got these really cheap, smaller oil filters. Show them what we got here.
Yeah.
OEM filter.
So OEM, and then as you guys, any of you guys that own the 6.1, you know that even on the cap alone, I don't know if it was something that they did with Mobil 1, like a partnership at the time, but that's literally what's recommended to go in here. I'm sure any other oil wouldn't kill it, but...
Here we go. For a prime example.
What?
Look at the oil filter that was on the car. And I'm going to show you the size difference.
And that's even a Mopar one?
That's not a Mopar one.
What's it say right there on the side?
This is a...
No, right here on the right, though.
Oh, I guess it is a
offered by
Mopar
Mopar.
one. But look at the size difference.
Why is that, though? I wonder why.
I'm not sure. Maybe the last guy was trying to save some money.
But even with it being a Mopar, it's
It's
crazy.
weird, yeah.
But yeah, you're right. Look, I mean, physically, just look at the size difference alone is kind of insane.
Yep.
But, I mean, that all plays a role in how happy the engine's running, you know? So, buy the right stuff. Don't be cheap when it comes to oil changes, oil filters, and oil itself. Do the right thing. Let's get it. And then you can see, I didn't do anything special with the old, these are the regular center caps from before. If you guys got any links or recommendations for, like, maybe like a black and chrome center cap instead of this kind of faded yellowish gold, whatever that is, let me know. Drop a comment or hit my email, getthisnick@gmail.com, and let me know what you guys got. But for now, I'm gonna rock those. And while I'm here on the topic of oil, we did go ahead and I had Al installed the oil catch can. I know a lot of you guys are like, you're either for these or you're against them. Some of you guys say they're worth it. Other of you guys are like, I got a car, it's got 5 million miles, I never had an oil catch can, it's fine. Whatever, it's one of those things. I figured that it's relatively pretty inexpensive, and if it does help even the slightest bit, you might as well throw it on. And then this has got to go. I was ordering a cold air intake, an enclosed box one from Corsa, and it was just taking way too long, man. I ordered it on the July 18th, and they were saying that due to stuff and parts and shortage on stuff, they were still working on it, so I just canceled it. I'm going to look for a different one to throw on here in the meantime, so that'll be next. But other than that cold air intake, that's kind of like the only thing we are waiting on that we haven't been able to do. And also I made sure to go ahead and pick up black lug nuts as well as black valve stem caps just to keep the look fresh and right. So we got the first one going on. Make sure it's the 245. 245 going on. Damn. Yeah, bro, with the black wheels alone, you could already tell, like, damn. 275 on the rear, so a little bit meatier. And apparently, just so you guys know, 275s, I guess, is the biggest you can go before you got to start kind of messing around with shaving anything down or rolling in fenders or anything crazy. So these are 275 40s by 20s for the wheels, obviously. And then these on the front are the 245 45 20s. All right, fresh oils in. We got her lowered down. Bam! We got to get some tire shine on it, but besides that, Al's torquing it down right now. You guys already know. Auto Enhancement Pros, that's the place to go.
Yes, sir.
110 foot-pounds. If you guys need miracles happening, this is where you got to go. Anyone in the Chicagoland area, man, you guys know I always shout it out here in Orland Park, and I'm going to show you why in a second, why I shout it out. I'm going to show you guys some nice before and after this paint and the type of magic that he worked on this car, man, because it did not look like this just a week ago, I'll tell you that much. All right, so we made some room in the shop so we can kind of go over this baby, show you guys what we're working with here, but dang, look at those tires, dude. Man, it feels so good to have some new meat, new rubber on here. The 300. Hey! That's that fresh rubber gripping. Yeah. Yeah. The 300's back. Yeah, the 300. Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah. Yeah. So we got Al taking some shots. He's going to throw it up on his Instagram page. Go check him out on Instagram too. He puts a lot of his work up there, videos, pictures, before and after. If you guys are serious about getting your car done by him, you can see the type of stuff he's worked on as well as how it came out. But yeah, man, we are looking mean right now. All right, the man, the myth, the legend, my boy Alex, childhood friend, man. So he has had the car now for a week and a half, and he has done quite a bit. I'm just going to kind of start at the front and go over the kind of stuff that I know and I could tell them, and then I'll let you kind of take it from there. We swapped out this grill on the front, gloss black finish. It's from Amazon. It was like $60. So if you guys are curious about that, I'll leave a link in the description so you can check it out. You guys already know what I did here with the tires and the wheels. You saw me go through that process. So, what is it, CPC?
CPC powder coating.
Yeah, CPC powder coating out there. It's like Crest Hill, Joliet area for those of you guys from Illinois. We had the original stock rims. We did those gloss black. The Michelin Pilot Sports, you guys already know. I gave you the sizes on those. Switched over the lug nuts to black. Those are the stock center caps. And then Al went ahead and did these calipers that you guys saw earlier. So the finished product with the gloss black wheel, red calipers, it really pops. And yeah, so the tint was already done before. I'm gonna start throwing up some clips that Al took. I wasn't here when he was actually paint correcting this car, but these are some clips of the before. Now, as you could see, it was completely messed up, this paint. Not only was it swirled, but it was super faded. And when I first went with Al in that first video that a lot of you guys saw, I asked him straight up, like, hey, is this something you think you could fix? And he said straight up, you know, it's going to give me, I got to take some time with it, but I'll be able to get it done. So Al, I guess, I don't know, kind of give us like I know it's a process and it's super long, but maybe just the short and sweet of kind of how you started and each step you kind of took to make this thing what it is now compared to what it was.
So basically, we started with a decontamination wash. We clay barred the entire vehicle. Once the vehicle was clay barred and washed, we started with this machine over here. This is a rotary polisher. I used a cutting pad with cutting compound, and we completely cut the entire paint job. We got rid of all the deep swirl marks, scratches, oxidation. This really digs into the clear coat and gets rid of all of that. Once we're done with this step, that's where we jump down to our polishers over here. These are dual action polishers. I also have cutting pads and polishing pads for these. So we cut a little bit more with the polisher, but then once the vehicle was completely cut, We switched to a polishing pad, polished out the entire vehicle, and then once we were satisfied with the finish and got rid of all the swirls, we did an alcohol wipe down on the vehicle, and then we applied System Max G Plus ceramic coating. This coating comes with warranty and Carfax registration. So we completely covered this thing in System Max, and you could just see how nice the finish is now.
And obviously that's the short and sweet, but it is a process. I mean, he takes each panel, each door, each everything, fender, side, time by time, and does all those steps to them. As you can see, he mentioned with the System X, they give you little stickers, almost like a certification there to let people know, hey, it has been, ceramic coated, as well as it does appear on the Carfax coming from Al's shop, as they went ahead and did the work as they're certified to do it. So just, a night and day difference, guys. I know, like, even the camera might not do it that much justice, but this thing, it really shows you what the paint was supposed to look like all along, with this nice black sparkle, gloss black wheels kind of poking out. You see them. And then, of course, the red calipers to really bring everything together. Now, I showed you guys already what was underneath the hood. We did the little oil catch can, and we do have to do an enclosed cold air intake. But in the meantime, I'm so happy I finally got her back. So once again, if you stuck around this long, thank you so much for checking out the video. Huge shout out to my boy Al here.
We finally did it.
He's so happy. I kept telling him, like, don't worry, I'm gonna let you get a hold of the car. We're gonna set something up. And I finally, just everything with the wedding and everything, it's been busy, but I'm so glad we were able to, carve out time in both of our schedules for him to take care of this. Once again, if you're in the Chicagoland area, Auto Enhancement Pros here in Orland Park, and also follow him on Instagram, Auto Enhancement Pros on Instagram.
Yep.
Check out all of his work. He's super active on there. So even if you're just a car guy and you want to see and you enjoy stuff like this, before and after transformations, be sure to check Al out. And if you're in the area, stop on by, even if it's just for a little quick wash, But that's going to conclude it. Thank you guys so much for checking it out. Subscribe for more content. And as always, I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace!